Good evening, everyone. Today is Saturday, and we are here with an inspirational story, a different story. As they say, the women who work, they never dream of it. They just work towards their goal. And one such woman is sitting in front of us to talk to you, to talk about her journey, to inspire you. And I'm sure that after listening to her, you are going to get inspired. So stay glued to this talk show and share this talk show wherever you can so that many other women can get inspired. First of all, I would like to welcome Madhvi Advani to our talk show. She Flakes the GWC talk show. Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. Welcome.
Thank you, Akanksha, and thank you to Global Women Reproductive Clinic for inviting me here today. And I hope that people who are listening to us will be able to take get some takeaways from my experience and my knowledge that I have
I'm
gained through
sure.
these years, and hopefully that I'm able to inspire a lot many people out here. Thank you. Thank you for inviting.
Definitely. I am inspired and I tend to find out what's new in there and I follow your page, your Facebook profile, your Insta, and I'm very amazed the kind of work you do. People, if I talk about women or anyone else for that matter, this field is quite unique. Uh, Starting or something in this field is definitely something very interesting and I'm keen to know more about this. So, as the profile says that you are a luxury consultant. So, I just want to know more about this. Like when we are saying luxury consultant, what does that really mean?
Sure. So it's lovely to know that you've been following my page and Instagram and my Facebook, and I get to hear from many, many people, and they see that positivity, and they like to see because I think my industry is very, very unlike any other industry, and
Yes.
I think this thing was created. Luxury consultancy is a word which was created by me, is what people tell me, and I'm very glad to be in this industry because. I think my heart and soul was meant to be here where I am today. And exactly what luxury consultancy means is I actually do the PR for high end brands and companies as well as individuals. So it's like PR luxury consultancy where I advise them on their visibility, recognition, awareness, and all this. And that's through various ways. That's through social media, digital media, press coverages, as well as one-on-one meetings with the right clientele. It's a lot about networking, and I'm glad that I happen to be well networked. So that's very, very important that how networked you are, which I eventually realized over the period of years when I got into the industry, that having contacts with the right people and having uh, right clients is very, very important. And so luxury, why I don't call it a PR and call it more of a luxury is because I associate with the top brands, top individuals. It could be either Padma Shris who are individuals, but they have been Padma Shri in the past, or brands which are name in the real estate, in hospitality, fashion designers, jewelry designers. So they're already brands, but they still need somebody for their constant promotions, visibility, recognition, and awareness because you need constant business in your life. And if you reach out to me, you are able to reach out to the right clientele and expand your business and grow in business through various ways that I offer them, which is, as I said, social media, digital media, press coverages, and also one-on-one meetings with the clients and getting them to the right people, basically.
Right, true, true. So, as far as I understand, it is more of giving a platform to the brands wherein they get that visibility through the help of network, your own network.
That's right.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. So, the other question, before I move forward to the other question, I just want you to introduce yourself to other people who are watching us.
Mhm.
So we have
So
Poonam Saxena who has joined. I'm sorry, Poonam Saxena who has joined us, and she has started inviting more and more women to this talk show. Thank you, Poonam ji, for joining in, and please share the video wherever you can. Thank you so much. Yes, please.
yeah. So basically, as an introduction, I would say that I'm a luxury consultant. I'm Madhvi Advani. I consult on real estate, art, hospitality, weddings, fashion designers, jewelry designers, health, wellness, and beauty. So all these sectors, and as I said, with the top in the industry in those specific sectors. So if you talk about real estate, I've been on board with Ambience Group. I've done an event with Trump Towers, and I also started collaborating, my clients and cross exchange of my clients. As in, I started collaborating real estate with art, real estate with hospitality, and I got into concept events while I was promoting all the other clients from different industries. So it worked out very well as a cross promotion because they all belong to the affluent families and affluent brands and top brands. So maybe there's a client who wanted a wedding or who wanted probably to buy a home, who wanted to buy an art. So it was all connecting to each other. And so if you talk about real estate, as I said, Ambience, Trump Towers, I've done collaborative events with Rizlan and ATS Nightbridge, and also happen to be on board with the Ram Ratan Group, who are into luxury farmhouses. So these have been my clients in the real estate. And when it comes to hospitality, I've been on board with Taj Ambassador for long, Taj Vivanta, which I promoted for long. And then if you talk about fashion designers like Anju Modi, Shilpi Gupta, and others. If you talk about art, I'm on board with Padma Shri artist Krishna Kanhaiji, Aarti Zaveri, many others. I cannot name all of them. It'll be a long list. And if you talk about jewelry, I've been on board with Tribhuvan Das Ji Bhimji Zaveri by Rajaswi, and also with other jewelry designers, Kusum Jain, Arch Carrot. And if you talk about international clients, I've been on board with Italian celebrity wedding designer Angelo Garrini, as well as with the premium salons from Paris called Camille Alban and Dosange. I was promoting them here in India. And also Nupo Shakes from German. So there have been few international clients. I happen to be the brand ambassador with the Nora brand by Aisha Khanna, who's an international fashion designer from USA. I also happen to be the brand ambassador with Sari Sanskriti by Salma Sultan. I'm also the brand ambassador with Delhi Turns Pink, which is for breast cancer awareness. So I have done some of the fashion walks, ramp walks, and on board with all these clients. Happen to be extensively covered by media, have received many, many awards. I cannot name them because there's so many of them. The list is really long. I've been on board with many, many organizations as advisor, as international associate, as well as director and all that. Again, the list is long if I start taking the name of all the organizations. But that has all helped me. Why I'm talking about all these organizations, all my clients, is that fairly you have a good idea about what luxury consultancy is and what kind of clients are there on board with me. And the other thing about these organizations, but because they really helped me evolve in my business, I got very well connected, well networked through these organizations, which helped me eventually in my business as well. Some of them would get converted into me for me as my clients, and some of them would also be my buyers and maybe come for my events as well. So it's very important to be well networked, as I said, and with the right people. And it's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of hard work. No substitute for hard work because everything takes time.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I second that point. Hard work is what everybody needs to do in order to get ahead in life. Everybody. So, the next question that I have for you is, as we say, there is a passion. A successful person follows his or her passion because they enjoy working what they are.
Mm.
So, I just wanted to know, is that inclination towards luxury or connecting to luxury was there from childhood, or was it later developed during your when you were choosing your career options? It later developed, or was it there in your childhood only?
Yeah. So actually, nothing is done overnight. Everything comes eventually to you, and you realize what you're finally made for. And this is definitely my passion. I love what I do, and I don't feel a day I'm working because when you're passionate for something, you don't ever feel that it's work for you. It's more because you enjoy doing what you're doing, and definitely it happened eventually over the period of time. And it was actually, I happened to be widely traveled internationally, globally. thanks to my husband, after I got married, I got to travel the world around with him and to the best of the places. We went to Vegas, we went to all the places which have, the rich and famous people probably get to go, and Hawaii and all these, Mauritius. You named such lovely, beautiful countries in the world, and I happened to travel with him. I happened to see that world. I got that exposure, and yeah, it was always there from the beginning. But then, as I said, it always takes time for you to realize what you want to be and where you want to be, actually.
Mhm. That's very nice because as far as I share my experience, or the people who already were there during this talk show, they have somewhat of that inclination when they were child, and that brought them into that the line of success, because they started following their passion, and that's quite interesting. So if I say that term, the word luxury, what exactly it means to you?
Mm. So,
I'm very excited
luxury to
about this.
me, yeah, luxury to me means my luxury clients, to be very honest, because they all are from the background where it's all about luxury, glitter, and glamour. If you talk about real estate, I don't think so. There could be any better, beautiful penthouse than the Ambience Group. If you talk about the artwork, I feel Padma Shri artist Krishna Kanaiji's artwork is amazingly beautiful. We can vouch for Tribhuvan Das Ji Bhimji Zaveri's jewelry. So if we talk about hospitality, I think Taj comes among number one hospitality industries in the country, in the world. And I've been fortunate to see it very closely, be it real estate, be it art, hospitality, weddings. Weddings, I think the kind of weddings Angelo Garini does, it's very, very beautiful and like it's like very out of the world. It's like out of the world kind of an experience that one will get if we get a wedding to do in Italy. The decor and the style and the venue, it's all out of the world, as I said. So this is all actually luxury for me, something exceptional, something extraordinary. If you wear outfits by Anju Modi, she's also one of the finest designers in the country. If you get to wear jewelry by Art Carat, that's also one of the very beautiful brands who have done so much of jewelry for movies and all as well. And if you talk about Sari Sanskriti by Salma Sultan, she's the erstwhile newsreader. I love adoring, and I adore her collection. I wear often a lot of her saris. And also Aisha Khanna, who's an international fashion designer from USA, New York. So it's ultimate luxury, I call it. So this is what is all luxury for me. If you talk about farmhouses, Ram Ratan Group has amazingly beautiful farmhouses. So this is all luxury, yes. A good home, a good artwork, and good clothing. That's all. And also
Which
like a hospitality.
Yeah, which ultimately makes you feel happy and comfortable with yourself. Uh,
Yes.
and as you started it with the that
Out of
your
the
client.
world experience and out of the world things that are there.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Something exceptional and extraordinary.
Yeah, true. That's interesting. So, as we were talking about your childhood experience, and you somehow connected the dots from your childhood, and you followed your passion. So, were there any difficulties that you faced while you were pursuing this passion of yours as a full time opportunity for yourself, or creating that uh, world of success, future success for you? Were there any kind of difficulties that you faced?
Yeah, so like it was never a full-time thing for me. It's been always as per my convenience and more on freelancing kind of a thing because this is what I
Okay.
prefer. Because as you talk about the family, you have to go as per your family and maintain that balance. So it's more about work-life balance. So those challenges are definitely there at times, and you have to balance it out beautifully. And I'm thankful I got good family support, and my husband has been very, very supportive,
Mhm.
and so I can say that for my in-laws as well. And I got good support from my family to do and achieve a free hand to do what I really wanted to do ultimately in my life. So I'm grateful and thankful to my family for that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, who is that one person, or uh, can be a person who has that biggest influence on your life, who somehow uh, fostered that inclination towards this domain, or any person who had that influence in your life that actually helped you to grow in this industry?
I think, it's very difficult to say about one person who influenced your life, because I
Mhm.
think it's very important to have that fire in your belly to really do what you want to do in life. And eventually, you'll find so many people on your way to your success or to being where you want to be, who will give you a lot to learn, and it's on you whether you want to take it and you want to learn and go ahead or not. It's completely your decision. So I think I have learned a lot from a lot of people, a lot of mentors in my life, and everybody and anybody actually, because I'm a learner. I like to learn from people. And I
That's
won't say there was any one person who, because it was in me a lot. I was very passionate about doing what I wanted to do in my life. And I was only towards improving my own self. Every time I would meet anybody, I would just like to see what can I get from that person, what is good about that person, and just focus on the good, actually.
Yeah, focus on the good. Yes, this is the key learning from today's session, I would say. The other question that we have is, since our forum is all about women entrepreneurs and women who want to do something of their own, they want to be independent. So the basic thing when we connect to women, they have this, that I have my family, I have my kids, and I don't have that much of money with me from where I can start my startup journey, or how to start. I don't know. I don't have any information or knowledge on starting my entrepreneurship journey. I have my family. I cannot leave my kids behind. How to start? They have this question. So, what would be your advice, as you are doing so well in this industry and you have carved a niche for yourself in this industry? So, what would be your suggestion to them, a piece of advice for them?
So, I personally feel that sometimes these are all the excuses for you're not reaching anywhere or not doing something. I'm sorry to say that. But
Mhm.
if you really passionately want to do something in your life, you will make the ways, you will get the opportunity to be where you want to be, and you'll have to balance it out beautifully. Everybody has kids, everybody has family, everybody has responsibilities. But why somebody is able to achieve something and someone is not able to do? Because sometimes I used to hear from a lot of people that we cannot switch off our home once we are out of house, and when we are at work. So you have to be very, very balanced and very, very smart to handle your life. You have to be very, very strong to handle your life, I would say, and adopt a balanced attitude. I mean, there are times when probably your family can get neglected. You will try and make sure it doesn't, but there's no guarantee to it. There would be times that maybe because of the family pressure, your work might suffer a little at times. But eventually, if you're able to balance it out, there's nothing like it. There is no excuse for achieving what you want to achieve in life. You have to keep your eyes and ears open. You will get opportunities in life. You need to find out your opportunities. You need to have that fire in your belly, that yes, I want to move in this direction, I want to do it, and God will make it possible for sure, if you have the desire. The universe conspires.
Yeah, these are my favorite lines from Paulo Coelho. Uh, I really, and I do believe in these lines, but whenever we connect to a few women who really want to start, so they have one or the other excuse. I have my young kids at home. I won't be able to continue. My husband is back after a year from his uh, that army routine and navy routine, and now I want to spend some time with him. So that gap of few months, and later on when they start again fresh, it's late. It's too late. They lost their clients. They lose everything, because for a startup it is more about consistency. It's more about how active you are on social media, and how to build that connect, that networking. And today's time is all about networking. Networking is net worth, they say. So as you have also shared about networking, how networking is a very crucial tool to grow today in entrepreneurship journey. What's your take on that?
I think if you ask me, of course, definitely it is one of the most crucial things, especially when we talk about even in these times. See, I have been India chairperson All Ladies Week social networking group, and I mean, I happen to be on Modern School Parents Teacher Association. I'm a lifelong FICCI member. I'm an international associate with FIWE. I'm an influencer with Women Innovator, and so many more organizations. So it's all hard work. It's there's a lot of time that goes into it. And as you said, that a lot of women, take a sabbatical and they come back. I've done it myself in my life. When my kids were small, I wasn't so much involved as much as probably I am today. Now that they are grown ups, I have more time and I can devote more to my own career. So it's okay. It doesn't matter. You will reach where you want to reach sooner or later. It may not have happened earlier had I started, but I have no regrets because then you gave complete time to your family, your children. And I feel good about it that I was able to give them full time when they required it. And nobody's perfect. If you will say that maybe, no, this thing should have been there and this didn't happen, this also could have happened. So we are not God on earth, we are not perfect, but whatever best we can do, we should try and do that within the circumstances and situations, and do full justice to whatever you're doing. So time management is very, very important, I think. Rest is all excuses. And even if you take a sabbatical and you come back, you will do great if you want to do great in life. It's just a matter of time, doesn't really matter. If you've lost on that time, it's okay. Probably you were devoting yourself to something even bigger purpose that time. And if you want to do it, you will do it with the kids as well. I see a lot of working women are even more capable and better homemakers than even the just the homemakers. I mean, nothing to criticize in that. But you see doctors, you see chartered accountants, you see engineers, and they're managing their homes very, very well. I've been interviewing a lot of women, distinguished people and celebrities from all over the world. And all those women are either Padma Shris or they have done exceptionally well in their life and they've managed their families very well as well. So I think gone are the days that when you say that woman is just to sit at home and do nothing and manage your home and family. Not necessarily that she's a great homemaker, even after giving up on everything and just being home. Because if you're not happy, you cannot make others happy. So you have to be happy for others to be happy. So you should have your gratification, whatever that you require in life, and if you want to achieve something, you should be able to do it. And when it comes to networking, yes, it helps. As I said, it helped me making my own clients because they were the ones who came to me, who approached me, and who wanted to be on board with me. They were the ones who were my buyers eventually for whatever that I was promoting and branding. Whether you talk about weddings, even today, if I get any offer for a wedding in Italy or Milan, is all because they know me through my own family, my own friends, or through my organizations that I've been on board with, and my own contacts, personal contacts, and be it even doing any kind of bespoke events. So these are the people who come and eventually become clients, buyers and clients both.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's very important. And as you said, that justification needs to be done. You need to justify what you are doing, and later on, there should be no any kind of repentance that I haven't done. I should have done this thing. So you should at least give it a try. At least start. Once you start, you will pave your own
Oh
ways.
yes,
Starting is
definitely.
important, right?
And one should not live with regrets, I feel. Never live with regrets.
Right, right, right. Because it's your
That's
life.
even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's even more, right? So it's your life. How you mold it and how you pave ways towards success, it's completely up to you. Whether you
And life is not easy for anyone. We know that. It's not easy.
true, true, true. So when I now talk about this complete domain of PR and luxury, what do you think? What are the future trends in the coming years? Because after 2020, a lot of things changed. A lot of things changed. Because PR involves a lot of meeting with the clients and going to many events to create a visibility for other people and for yourself, of course, for your own brand name. So how things have changed after 2020, and what do you think the future trends in this domain? How are they going to be?
So definitely a drastic change you can see because of the pandemic, COVID, and all this. So everything going to get more virtual, more online. If you talk about art, there are going to be more virtual exhibitions which have already started. And if you talk about real estate, the walkthroughs have become much more than what they were earlier. We were doing it earlier also, but we also used to have a physical visit. But now it's only through a virtual thing that we put it across. And when the client is seriously interested, maybe a one-on-one meeting with just few limited people, bespoke events and all. And the focus is going to be more on health, wellness. Wellness sector is going to pick up a lot if you talk about the industry which is going to do well, because more so we have realized about the importance of health. So more of these retreats are going to happen, and more of these places which are far away from the city, and hill station properties will do very, very well. So we are coming up with the project in Uttarakhand ourselves. So we as a family, we have some cottages coming up there in Uttarakhand in Mukteshwar. So that kind of thing is definitely going to do very well. I think there are a lot of people who are commenting. Can you? There's a question. Can
Yes,
you
yes. There's
promote?
a question by Poonam Saxena. She's asking, can you promote homeopathic practitioner?
Yeah, definitely. See, I can promote anybody and anyone for that matter because that's my forte. So I've been hosting talk shows on my Facebook Live with, as I said, celebrities and dignitaries from all over the world. So that's one way of, making the person more visible in the right crowd if it's a good homeopathic doctor. And I've been hosting talk shows with Clove doctors, and also, like, giving them some media visibility, and also press coverages, magazine coverages through social and digital media is what I can promote them through. And also definitely my own network, my social networking, so many organizations, groups, all that.
It's wonderful. That's wonderful. I hope Poonamji got the answer. Thank you, Poonamji. We have Vicky Anand who says hi to us. Then
Hi, Ricky. Good to see you.
Mohini Babbar, and she says balance is very important. Then Rashmi Sanganeria is there. She's saying hello. Thank you, Rashmi ji, for
Hi.
joining in.
Yeah.
Poonamji says, thank you so much for the answer. I need your phone number. I will share with my homeopathic friend. Thank you so much. Definitely, we'll do a
Most
needful.
welcome. Anybody whom I can inspire, I would be more than happy because even I've got inspired by somebody or the other in my life for sure. There's
Yes.
so many mentors who be there, as I said. So I've just tried to learn the best from everyone.
And one good thing that I repeat in all the talk shows we have done are all about 20 talk shows. We started last year, but we are taking it a little slow in shortlisting the profiles and connecting to
That's
the.
wonderful.
So we are
Very
taking
useful
it a little.
also.
Yeah.
There's a
So
lot of effort that goes behind it because I know how tough it is. And I'm amazed that in lockdown I almost did every day last year, and I think there was some superpower which made it happen.
yeah, yeah. When you have, when there's a way visible, as the caption says in our poster of yours. So I'm dead sure that once you find that will in you, you will be able to create that way for all who
No,
are
but I
watching them.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and also I think that just as I said, if you have a passion for something, you don't realize a day that you're working. It's not work for you. Then you enjoy it basically.
Right, right. Absolutely, absolutely. Poonamji says really humbled. Thank you, Poonamji. Thank you. We'll share the number with you. Thank you. And one common thing that we had in these number of talk shows that we have done, every woman who has been there in the talk show, they have this thing that we learn every time, we grow every time, and there is nothing called putting someone down, letting someone down. They always encourage other women, they always bring out the potential in other women and help her to rise and shine. This is the best thing that I like about it. Everyone who is listening to us or will be listening to us later, one thing that prerequisite to success is work together and grow together. The prerequisite
Absolutely.
is you alone cannot do everything, but few people, when joining together, you can create
Yeah.
wonders.
I always say 1 plus 1 is 11. If you have a good
Uh-huh,
equation with a person, you will only grow. But it has to
yeah.
have a phenomenal understanding, phenomenal equation, lot of trust. Only then can it happen. It's not that easy, partnerships and collaborating. So definitely it works as a miracle. It works out very, very well. But you have to have all these things to sustain, partnership.
So I would say this is going to be our second last question, and it is all about again this luxury industry. What do you think? What are the traits you need to have once you enter this luxury industry, that PR industry? What are the traits you need to have in order to grow, in order to achieve that success in this industry?
So if you talk about me, I learned the ropes on the way, everything, and I was fortunate to be with the right people at the right time. But yes, there are traits like dedication, commitment, hard work, honesty. I mean, there's a list that keeps on and on. I mean, I can go on and on. But then, yes, it's a lot of hard work and your connections, your social skills, your people skills have to be very, very good.
People skills now it's
Consistency.
ruling the world, so you need to have people skills in whichever industry you are. It's very important. Puramji says, feeling blessed to be a part of your conversation. We are blessed
Thank
too.
you.
We are blessed too that you are
How
listening to us.
nice, absolutely. So nice, at least if they can,
She's a
get
great
something
writer.
out of the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last question that we have for you is there are so many women who think of doing something and they wait for someday. They always wait for someday. Let that environment be created. वो जो पीछे वायलिन बजने लग जाए, पीछे से शंख का आवाज आए कि अब वो मुहूर्त है, अब वो टाइम है जब मुझे अपनी जर्नी शुरू करनी है, अब वो right moment है, then I can jump into this entrepreneurship journey and I can start. They wait for that right moment every time. So it's never about the right moment. It's about just starting. What would be your message to them?
I think every moment is the right moment. It's the day that you start thinking and you want to do it is the right moment. There's nothing like a right moment otherwise, according to me. Right now, right now is the right moment. I'll say it's just when you are ready for it, when you want to do it, only then right moment will come, and happen.
So it's here. It's not there out there. It's here. It's
No,
always
here and here and here
yeah,
in
yeah,
your heart,
absolutely.
in your
What a
heart and
wonderful
mind.
conversation. Really
Yeah.
inspiring story. And I myself learned few things which definitely I'm going to think about and work on those things. And it is really an inspiring story. We are honored to have you here today at our show. So, all the women out there, if you have any question to Madhvi ji, please share your questions and we'll be asking her another few seconds for your questions. Valuable conversation. Yes, indeed, it is. So, Puranji is here from
Yeah,
the
I'll be
beginning.
more than happy to answer.
So, we are waiting for your questions. If you have any question, please share over here in the comment section and we'll be highlighting those questions. So, we bring these women, these inspiring women out here because they can share the success stories with you and you can inspire yourself. You can learn a lot from these stories, wherein if even if you pick 2 to 3 those important lines, the pinpoints from this conversation, you can achieve that success, you can achieve that platform to begin with. So probably okay, so I have my question now.
Sure.
Loving this conversation and whenever we have some inspiring lady and someone in front of us who share their journey and inspire us all, I'm always short of time. Though we have already covered the half an hour
No
slot, but still,
problem. I'll be more than happy to answer.
I'll take,
Yeah. Mhm.
I'll take one more question over here. So,
Sure.
what do you think of competition in the same domain?
Mhm.
Competition, like, and this is very tough. This is, I would say, not tough. It makes you or it breaks you. It makes you, breaks you. If I compare to that, how you take
Very,
that competition, it makes you, breaks you. Your advice
very
and perspective.
good. Very good question. So,
Thank you.
see, competition, if it's healthy, is a good competition because it's always good to have more people who are from the same industry and who want to achieve the same thing. But competition is bad, or politics, corporate politics is bad when it comes to personal enmity or personal things like, they will approach my clients and they will go and they'll say, okay, we can also do what Madhvi is doing. But obviously, they cannot deliver what I'm delivering because of my experience, because of my knowledge, because of my networking, which I've, developed over the period of years and that I've become so strong in my, profession. And I don't feel very insecure about all these people at the same time because I know what I'm delivering. Nobody can do it, and that's why I'm able to sustain. I am there where I am. But yeah, that does bother you sometimes, definitely. But you should be confident about your quality and your deliverables. So that's more important. And I mean, focus on the good, as I said, rather than focusing on what the other people are doing behind your back. You know it, but just ignore it and keep doing your thing.
Right, right. Because I have seen, even if I do write few stuffs, like I do blogging, I also write poetries. I have got a few of the anthologies published and few other women as well. Uh, Mera, I know that these things have been copied. My poetries have been copied without cutting out my name and other stuff. I know few other women also who write beautiful poems, the poems from heart, and people just take those poems, they just cut out the names and they post it on their Facebook timeline without giving due credit to
Wow.
the person who does that. So many times this bothers us. How can somebody do it? How can somebody do it? But we don't have those stringent laws, or I would say we are not aware about those laws, the copyright laws and other stuff. So women who start into this and they start something new of their own, they really feel bad when they can't do something to avoid these things. Even they do that watermark stuff also, but then also it gets copied. Then also it gets copied. So that time you feel bad, but yes, saying that, focus on improving, focus on what you deliver, focus on the brand
Absolutely.
you, focus
Yeah.
on the brand. That's what I will say. I just love this. Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank
Poonam
you,
Satyanarayana
Akanksha.
is again saying, try to improve yourself. Don't compete with anyone. Absolutely, absolutely
Yeah.
wonderful. You're so enlightened in this today's conversation. A lot of facts and tips to learn, and a lot of things to be followed. We learned a lot. I learned a lot, and I'm sure the people who are watching us, they are inspired, and they also believe this. That at least start. Think about
So
starting.
happy because these are all personal experiences from my personal journey that I've shared, whatever with you. So, and it's been a real pleasure, Kanksha. Thank you to Global Women Product Clinic for inviting me.
Thank
Real
you. Thank
pleasure.
you so
Thank you.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Honor to have you at our show. And I'm sure many other women are going to be inspired from this journey of yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Before we
Thanks.
go, a shout out to all the women who are watching us. We'll be soon uploading this whole conversation with the luxury consultant, the Madhvi Advani, at our YouTube channel as well. So you can subscribe and follow our YouTube channel, and there you can listen to the whole story. And if you even after this watching this conversation, if you have any questions, share in the comment section, and we'll make sure those questions get answered by Madhviji. Thank you everyone
Sure,
for
sure.
joining us. Thank
Would be
you.
my
Thank you
pleasure.
for the show.
Thank you. Bye bye. Have a
Thank you.
good
Bye
evening. Bye.
bye. Have a great day.
You too.